It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Allen going to look to throw on the first play. And incomplete on the deep ball.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Allen going to keep it again. 14 yards that time, but a first down on the keeper. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. They run for the first time with James Cook. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop. This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Allen. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Watch out for Hill on the return. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
On the ball.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Showed some solid running, strong running, and then he's corralled just beyond the 10. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Here we go. Let's go. Charge.
Now Mostert off the read option. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. And what they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Tua. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Ultra. Go ultra. Steal. Check steal.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You always worry about the smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protecting himself as best he could while completing the play.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Dolphins hit 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tua, that's going to be caught by Waddle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 70 yards. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position. And that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats there. How about this? 22.1 miles per hour. Wow. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division game...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Fall for touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Operating from the gun, Allen. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Emmanuel Ogbah. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
A run with Mostert up the middle. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Tua now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Tua sets up to pass it, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ed Oliver, that time to want to get in there and bring him down. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing the Charles, and at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Here's Cook again. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Alert!
Up the middle, it's Cook. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Let's go.
1st down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely, no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Check pitch. Let's go.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, check niggas.
Now Tua. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Ball ready. Ready?
Tua going to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Cook running right. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Hurry!
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Tua going to run again.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
On second down, Mostert. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
From the 29, Tua. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
Open net is Waddle, complete.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime.
Hey, computer. Red, yellow, field, black.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins! Tyreek Hill, as the first half is winding down. And the Dolphins will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Allen's throw taken in there by Crowder. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also into field goal range at the 28.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Allen. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Javon Holland, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Third quarter starts with a run from Mostert.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Raheem Mostert, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
All told, it's a loss of 8 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And look at this starting field position. That'll be touchdown inside the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Ready.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Quick, yellow. Ready.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Raheem Mostert
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins extend their lead yet again.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this kick will be touched down as they spot it inside the 45-yard line.
At their own 44-yard line.
Okay.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Here's Mostert.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close
right?
to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bills take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Tyler Bass with the kickoff for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Once again, it's Mostert.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
From the gun.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Good catch there by Dawson Knox, and everything just clicked for him in his 3rd season in the league in 2021. 9 touchdown catches, tied for the league lead among tight ends.
Cook up the gut. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, you got to think Charles Atwin's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
Ready?
They run with Mostert off the option.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
One final try here for Allen. Going deep for Diggs. And this one is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
Ready?
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
This is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offense.
And this is taken in at the 5. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. But as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this